Heyo, welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome in to Studio A of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, my partner in degeneracy, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Cody, it is March. We are in the month of college basketball.
It is March.
Happy March.
Shout out to John Rothstein. That's the only reason people even say that, like, that term or whatever. But he's pretty good. I think his tweets are funny.
I had someone sending me that tweet at 11 p.m., and I was like, it's still February, homie.
That's because he's doing it from New York.
No, I know. But I'm just for me, it's not March yet. And then I saw the Central Time Zone tweets an hour later. But still, I'm excited. Last year, I bet on every single game. I tried to do I bet a unit on every single game, and then I tried to build up my bank. And then at the end of the tournament, I bet it all, whatever I built up on the title game. Was really on Gonzaga, and that didn't turn out. So I'm really excited to try this again because I felt like I had a decent read at the tournament last year. I like doing that a lot better than going through the entire bracket, filling out all before the game happens. I like going game to game, round by round, and just making my straight picks.
The only thing that's going to be weird about this year's tournament is that no one is safe. Like, it's such a crapshoot for sure this year. They're like the only like maybe 4 teams that I feel like, yes, Final Four. Right. And that's Kansas, Arizona. I would have said Purdue a week ago, but they just keep falling.
Yesterday, you just said they weren't going to make the pass around 32.
They
might not get to the second weekend now.
I know. But Kansas and Arizona, to me, they're like the two. Alabama, I know they got some stuff going on in their program right now, but they have the talent. I love Nate Oates as a coach, at least. I think those 3 are I think they're the huge, the favorites, I think. And Kansas will be tough. They just won the championship last year, so it's not like we see schools go win, let alone win back-to-back, but even go back to the Final Four the year after. But Bill Self is a great coach. And for the team that he's got, they're pretty good. So, those are the 3 teams. But I could easily see those guys or those teams lose in the first weekend. I could easily see it just because, we've seen those schools lose the teams that aren't that great.
Especially with Alabama, I don't know. They've been playing real bad ever since this whole Brandon Miller thing came down. I know he had a great game against South Carolina, but that game shouldn't have been close. Alabama was playing South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina. They were 18-point favorites?
Yeah. I just think, you even have the possibility of a 16-over-1. I mean, I saw in Field of 68, Youngstown State being a 16 seed. I know that, away from home and on a neutral site and against a lot better competition than conference play, they might be shown a little bit of their flaws. But I don't know, if a team's not locked in and focused and they got their eyes thinking they're bigger and better than, some small team like that, they might get outworked. And we've seen it happen with UMBC against a large favorite in Virginia. I'm not really going to overput it because I just think, the Field of 68 has gotten, the quality has grown so much ever since we were a kid, right? We would never think a 16-over-1, but now I just think those larger seed, the 15s, the 14s, and the 16s, they might have a shot to get to the second weekend now.
Over the last decade, there's been so many one and dones, and Illinois. I mean, they have the 50-year senior transfers and stuff, but they don't really and then they got their freshmen. But outside of Melendez and Luke Goody and Coleman Hawkins, they don't have any real seasoned vets who have been in the program for a long time or have played in the NCAA tournament for a lot of years. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of these Power 5 schools are. A lot of the best teams have one and dones, or they get the transfer portal has changed college basketball in so many ways. Like new rosters every single year, it feels like, for every single team. But when you look at those mid-major schools, those 15, 14, 13 seeds, the ones who win their conference tournament, the ones that have been building the same building their team the last few years with the same roster, those teams have like some kind of grit and some sort of like cohesiveness that a lot of these Power 5 schools, no matter how much better talent those teams have been playing together for so long, and you can tell in March.
Oral Roberts.
Yeah, Oral Roberts is a great example.
They're a 12 seed. I mean, if they go up against San Diego State, they go up against St. Mary's, who they played earlier and only lost by 8 this year. Even Miami, who just blew a massively to Florida State. Like, I don't know. They seem suspect.
It could be like those Loyola teams, because Loyola went. They went to the Final Four back in 2018. Then, of course, beat Illinois a few years later in the second round as an 8 seed.
Iona, Rick Pitino's Iona, 13 seed against Virginia. Or that's projected. Like, I could totally see. I mean, Virginia doesn't even look that strong right now. I mean,
they're good. They play slow, and their defense is the reason that they win games. They try to outscore teams by giving them less possessions. But yeah, no, again, there's just no team really that sticks out as like the full-on favorite to win the NCAA tournament. So I think it's going to be a wasteland. I think we're going to see a lot of upsets. And, I do think matchups will really, really dictate how things will go.
I think we'll have 2 Big 12 teams in the Final Four. I don't know which ones. I like your Kansas pick. I could see possibly Texas. I could see Baylor. TCU, if they have a nice end of the season, they beat Texas tonight, they might be off a 5 seed, and they might have a little bit of an easier of a draw. I heard this stat. Pittsburgh, probably going to win the ACC, is rated worse than every single Big 12 team in KenPom. So the best team in the ACC right now, Pittsburgh, is worse than every Big 12 team. I mean, that's how good that conference is. So
Big 12 is far and away the best conference this year in college basketball, and it's not even really close. It's a shame that them and the Big 10 are going to get like the same amount of teams in. I don't understand why the ACC would get less teams than the Big 10 personally. But I don't look at the KenPom ratings. I just go based off the eye test, and we were just sitting over here sitting here before the show started questioning, why is Maryland only a 1-point favorite against Ohio State?
Why don't we get into that?
Well, there's a reason, because the Big Ten's a wasteland, dude.
We were going to start with the Bulls, but, I mean, you're betting on it, so why don't we talk about Maryland and Ohio State, because you're bringing it up. You're taking the -1.5 journey for the Terrapins going to Columbus.
Yeah. This is the way I look at it. If I don't bet it, then I'm going to regret it when they win by 20 points tonight, because they should, because Ohio State is not good. And Maryland's been playing well of late. They beat Purdue, of course, at home. They haven't lost at home all year. So the reason that they're only a 1.5 point favorite, or 1 point favorite now, it keeps coming down, is because they haven't been very good on the road. And Ohio State's coming off a win, I guess. I mean, maybe the matchups are kind of similar. I don't know. I don't understand why Maryland is only a 1.5 point favorite. I think that I don't know if they roll tonight, but I feel like they're still good enough to win. The only way they lose this game is if they play like Illinois did against Ohio State, which is just play so bad that they basically that Ohio State will win because of how bad Maryland plays. Maryland is significantly better than Ohio State. I really don't understand why it's just 1 point. But
yeah,
I'm going to take it. This could be sports book shenanigans all over again. I feel like I've said that at least once on the show the last 2 weeks. But I'll bite on this tonight. I hate it, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take them. If you saw the screener, I'm also taking Xavier and Providence over 154.5. Top 2 Big East schools. They both like to play fast and score. So I'm going to take the over there.
Providence has been in a lot of OT games as well.
Yes, so yes. I think it'll be close. It's a 4-point spread, something like that. I would honestly take Xavier if Fremantle was going to play tonight, but I don't think he will. And then I'm taking Fordham plus 3.5 as well on the road against George Mason. Fordham has been better than George Mason all year. I don't really understand why they're dog, except for the fact they're on the road. They've been playing pretty well of late. Yeah. I don't get why they're a dog, except for the fact they're on the road. So give me the 3.5.
The KenPom rating has them worse than George Mason. George Mason, even though 17-12 record, a .234 rating to KenPom. Fordham not too far behind at a plus 181, but I agree. I mean, Fordham has just had better results. 23-6. You know, it doesn't all play out on the stat sheet. So
they played well on the road too. I was looking at the numbers related to how they play on the road, and I don't get it. God, come on, man. No sports book shenanigans for me, man. Come on. Let me be smart for once.
Well, Fordham also has a better defense. They're going to have the best defense in this matchup, according to KenPom. And they do play with a fairly fast pace, which George Mason, who's kind of slow, maybe that hurts them if they're inefficient. I like the pick at plus 3.5. I didn't circle that one. I was looking mostly for tournament games. I really liked the I'm now blanking. Is it the MEAC?
Yeah.
Yeah, the MEAC tournament. I like Wagner plus 2.5. Go Seahawks. They're going up against, I believe, St. Francis. I'm now blanking though. It could be Stony Brook. No, but I think they're going up against St. Francis tonight. Sacred Heart. There it is. But they're 15-12 in the year. Sacred Heart's 15-6. This is just not a conference that really has home favorite. It's the NEAC. It's the Northeast Conference. But this is not a conference that really has a true home court advantage. Plus 2.5 for the better team. Let's ride. I think Wagner wins this game, but why not get 2 and the hook? It's mostly a 2 on most books, so I'll take 2 in the hook. I'll take Pittsburgh minus 3.5 against Notre Dame. It is Mike Bray's, I think, last game, but typically, it's a lot of pressure for a bad team. They only have 5 players, really, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's been so bad all year.
Yeah.
I know Pittsburgh they can be a little iffy on the road. They're much better at home, but like you said, best team in the ACC. What does Notre Dame have left to really play for?
Right, and this Pittsburgh team, with a win, they win the ACC. So, I mean, this could just be, put that nail in the coffin. And they're such a good three-point shooting team, too. It's like if they get down and, maybe Notre Dame wins the first half, I just think that they can bury them in the second half. So I really do like Pittsburgh tonight. And then Missouri, minus 3.5. I know you're a little bit wary of LSU, especially after they beat Vanderbilt, but I'm not worried. I don't think the Tigers have enough juice. I do worry a little bit about Ohio State having enough juice. Like I think that's why that's now a point game. I don't understand it either. I think it's sportsbook shenanigans, but the Missouri game hasn't moved. It's been 4, it's been 3.5, it's been 4, it's been 3.5. I think they
maybe that one is a little bit more safe. I don't know. I think a lot of it is my psyche because every time I've bet on Missouri this year, they don't cover, and it's like a terrible not cover. And then when I bet against Missouri, they cover, and then I look like a moron. So Missouri is just Missouri games I just can't bet on. I don't understand why.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
They've been clicking in the last, I would say, 3 games. They got blown out by Auburn, but even then they were competitive against Tennessee back on the 11th. They won by 1. They only lost by 9 against Texas A&M.
And against Tennessee was wild.
Beat a pretty decent Missouri State team by 2, and then just blew out Georgia. So hopefully they blow out LSU. They got Ole Miss as well.
LSU's bad. They should cover. They should cover the 3.5. In a way, you can kind of look at it like sportsbook shenanigans, like you were saying, because to me, they should be more like a 7-point favorite because of how bad LSU is. But
yeah, our guy Ryan Peterson in the Discord parlayed Pitt and Missouri together. So fingers crossed. I don't like parlays. I'm betting only straights in March, Cody.
I have a parlay.
Well, let's tell people about DraftKings Sportsbook, where they can bet on this parlay. First off, there is a boost on DraftKings Sportsbook for Kevin Durant to score 15-plus points, make 1-3, and the Suns to win tonight against Charlotte. However, there is a minutes restriction for Kevin Durant tonight. So is it possible? Yes, but I would not take that boost tonight at plus 100. But you got no sweat same game parlays. We got the Bulls and Pistons that we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. A 3-leg same game parlay. You can get up to a $10 wager back redeemed in bonus bets. A fun way to kind of take in the Bulls game, whether you like the Bulls, the side, the total, the over, the under, some player props as well. A fun way to bet on the game. Cody's got a parlay for you as well. Is it?
It's college related? Basketball, but. It's the 3-leg college basketball parlay I do every day.
What you got?
Providence money line, Kansas State money line against Oklahoma, and Pittsburgh.
Nice. I like Kansas State money line as well. So I'm glad that we're
minus 280. So with the 20% boost you get, it comes out to plus 291. So it's not plus 1,000, but plus 291. $10 to win 39.
Hey,
come on!
You got to build the
bankroll. Trying to build the bank for March Madness
in some way.
Come on.
Also, too, there's a live NBA same game parlay boost tonight, so you can get up to a 50% boost when you place a live NBA same game parlay. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use code CHGO when you sign up, and new customers, when you bet $5 on an NBA money line, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So see show notes for details. Check out the description and call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem. All right, folks, we love you, and bet responsibly.
Responsibly.
It's not gambling when you know you're going to win.
Spin zone.
See, and I don't know that I'm going to win. And that's why I'm wary of giving out picks. Those are the three I like the most, but I also have 11 teams that I like tonight. So I'm trying to pick the three I like the most out of 11. It's a nightmare.
Well, with that said, you want to talk about the Bulls Pistons?
Yeah.
You got the watch party tonight at PB&J, or is that the name of the bar? Yeah, here in the West Loop. If you're watching, you plan to come out, I might see you there.
Pizza, beer, and juice box.
Is that what it stands for?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Not peanut butter and jelly.
My
Pizza,
bad.
Beer.
I don't know why I thought that.
Jukebox.
I just the way that it's lettered made me think that. Anyway, Bulls 6-point favorites on the road at Detroit. Over under a 221.5. 86% of the bets have been placed on the Chicago Bulls to cover the 6. Woof.
Yeah, I'm not betting on the Bulls. I mean, again,
it's the second of a back-to-back too.
Well, and yesterday, we had them covering 5,
and they lost by 6.
Oh my God! And they
and
were
they
up
were leading.
after the third.
They were winning after the third.
Same old story, same old dance.
Same old story. Yeah.
If you're going to be betting tonight, use the live same game parlay and make sure you're waiting until the end of the third quarter. Then take the Pistons line, whatever the spread is. And then take other two props from there. But that's probably going to hit for you because the Bulls can't close out in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's brutal. That's why
the Pistons are awful. They're 15-47. Right now I'm looking at their injury report. It looks like Isaiah Stewart's going to be out, and Jalen Duren's out. Those are two centers, so I assume they're going to be undersized. Well, so maybe bet on Vooch.
Yeah, and Cade Cunningham's out for the season's been out for a while. They don't have their best player in him.
Is Jaden Ivey playing? He's not on their injury report, so I would assume he's going to be playing. He's probably their go-to guy. I think the Bulls bounce back tonight, but to ask them to cover 6 points whenever they can't hold leads, that's asking for a lot. So maybe Vooch rebounds and Bulls money line, and I don't know.
Ivy's playing. Last game he played against the Bulls, 17 of 14 from the field, 16 points. But that was the Paris game. Bulls won 126-108. I don't know. I mean,
maybe the under, because I don't know if Detroit will be able to keep up with the scoring. But then if I think that, then I think the Bulls should cover the 6. So, I don't know, man. As far as a 3-leg parlay, a 3-leg same-game parlay to get that bonus bet back, I love taking Vooch rebounds, and I love taking someone on the other team to hit so many 3-pointers just because the Bulls can't guard the 3. And I thought last night it was Fred VanVleet, but he went 1 for 9 from 3. But I'm pretty sure Gary Trent had a great game. So you got to choose the right one. I thought I chose the right one. He got the shot attempts up, but he just didn't make them.
Bulls have scored over 126 in both games against the Pistons. They've covered the 6 points. I would just say, if I were to bet on this game,
if,
and I'm not, because it's a trap. It's always a trap. Don't bet on the Bulls.
That's fair.
-6. Team total over, whatever that is. I mean, if it's 115, probably somewhere in that range, you'll probably take it up to 120 because they've just scored points and points and points on the Pistons. And then maybe just Patrick Williams, probably to get 10 points. He got 8 last game. It just seems like this bench really gets a little bit more looks than he's used to, and especially if they're going to win by 6, they probably get a little bit more playing time in the fourth, so maybe that means more shot attempts for him.
Bulls team total is 113.5 at -120. So
yeah, I would take that up 7 points. But hey, I don't know jack shit about the Bulls, and that's why I have not won any money on them all year. So
yeah, there's such a
stay away.
Yeah, I would stay away, or like I said, I think they'll win the game.
Yeah,
I think they'll win. So you want to do Bulls money line with like a player prop or two to get that bonus bet back in case it doesn't hit. I like that. Taking the 6 is such a bold thing to do with this Bulls team, though.
I know, but
they should cover because Detroit's 15-47, folks.
They've covered against them in every other game,
and their best player is out for the year.
And it's not like the Pistons are like the Magic, who the Magic are like really like a hustle team, like they're very athletic.
They have a lot of
Pistons
young talent.
just suck.
Yeah, Pistons are
but
bad.
Again, what do I know?
They beat up on them in Paris.
They beat up on them every single time. It was like 132, 118 last time they played as well. Yeah. So
that second of a back-to-back, though, you know how these players are in today's age. They don't want to try that second back-to-back because load management.
And the Bulls are bad too. So it's like when they're not trying and they're bad
like
at basketball.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's not a good mix when you're not trying and are not that talented. Last time they've played a back-to-back was the 15th and 16th. They did lose the first leg and then lost the second leg to Indiana in Milwaukee. The last one before that, they won the first leg 128-104 to San Antonio, then traveled to Memphis and lost that one 104-89.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like the travel to Toronto to Detroit isn't awful.
Yeah,
They did
it is basically like just like that midway point between Toronto and Chicago.
Yeah, they did that. They did Atlanta won 111 to 100, and then Indiana the next day lost 116-110.
Shep says, F it, I'm going 7-leg parlay for the Bulls.
No, we're betting straights only in March. No parlays. Share the parlay though.
Share the parlay.
You can't say you're gonna have a 7-legger.
Tweet at us.
And then
CHGO
not share it, Shep. Come on. Yeah, we gotta know the 7 legs for this one.
Gotta know the 7 legs, and we'll manifest it the best way we can.
Back in January though, Jan 6 and Jan 7, they beat Philly in Philly 126-112, and then Utah in Chicago 126-118. Ooh. I don't know. I don't think it means anything.
Unrelated. There is a DraftKings boost tonight for Kevin Durant playing his first game with the Suns. 15 points, 1-3 in the Suns to win, boosted to plus 100. So you just need KD to score 15 and hit a 3 and the Suns to win, and they're 10-point favorites against Charlotte on the road.
Yeah, like I said earlier, there's something from, I think it was Underdog Fantasy, that he's going to be on a minutes restriction tonight. So I'd stay away just because you know how many.
You just don't know. He could play 20. He could put 10. Up 15 in a quarter, but he hasn't played in a month or two.
Yeah, I mean it's minus 160, and then they boost it to plus 100.
This is shenanigans. This is sportsbook shenanigans. You had me. You thought you had me. You had me in the first half, DraftKings, but not in the second half.
All right. Well, Shep, if you can get it to us, share that 7-leg parlay. But that's going to do it for CHGO Bets Daily. That's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. If you tail us, let us know. What's up, Eric? Betting on the Bulls has been so risky this season. I don't think I've included them in any parlays because of the inconsistency. LOL.
Smart.
That's why I'm not betting on it tonight. I might.
You might have more money than me.
I might get tempted by a Cody. I don't know. It's you get a bonus bet back.
I know. I lost my parlay yesterday, so I have a $10 bonus bet to use, and I could use it on the Bulls game.
It could be whatever you want. Anyways, let us know if you guys have any bets of what we said.
Become a diehard so you can be in the Discord and you can
chat with us. Talk
about all the bets you're winning, and because you're fading me and Sean. I mean, whatever.
No one's tried the strategy yet.
Just an automatic
very profitable. My record on straights is not even like near 50-50. Like I'm just bad at betting in general. So you could fade me and win a lot of money, folks. Anyways,
fade us until college football season.
Just fade me. Anyways, that'll do it for the show tonight. Also, if I'm going to bet on a college baseball team tonight, not going to. Michigan against Arizona.
But if he was going to.
I like the money there. Plus 170? Well, Michigan's decent. Anyways, that's going to do it. We'll talk to you tomorrow when we are millionaires.